Martin, can you give us your thoughts on a disappointing day for the Villa?
It was disappointing, yes. We came with plenty of expectation. We came up short, obviously, because we couldn't get an equaliser. But it wasn't through lack of trying. We put everything into the game. Ashley's had a fantastic free kick, hits the bar. And Gabby's got a great chance in the second half. That's maybe, in hindsight, might have taken it another yard or two in and just stabbed it into the net. But overall, we've been on a terrific run. Nothing to get too down about. We're obviously disappointed. But the team has come on immensely, and I've been delighted with them. We come up against a very good side, and yet I say that within 15 minutes of the second half, they're taking their time over everything. And so I think that's a very good sign from our viewpoint. You know, they've had the goal in front, and everything else was down at their pace. I thought the second half, in effect, belonged to us. It was just that in terms of really clear-cut chances, other than Gabby, plenty of balls going across the box. James Milner's had a shot that's been blocked again. But overall, it's, I agree with you, disappointing to lose. Setback, but that's all it is.
Would you agree that Chelsea were particularly dominant in the first half? And if so, what would you put it down to?
Well, I think that, personally speaking, I think not having any midweek game helped immensely. Our third game in 6 days, and I think it took us. I thought we were a bit laggy in the first half. I thought, and obviously playing against a good side who kept the ball better than us for good parts of the first half. And of course, they added the advantage of getting the goal at the time. So I thought the second half, we threw tiredness aside and we really came at them. So I think that was, can't do anything about it. You know, Chelsea have to go and play next week in the Champions League, and then the week after that again, or whatever it may be. So, but the way the fixtures fell, it was with us. It was, as I say, third game in 6 days. I do believe it took its toll early on. You wouldn't have thought that towards the end when we're throwing everything at them. But it wasn't to be today. But we'll come again.
It's your first loss in 14 in the Premier League. Is it all about keeping that in perspective?
I think that's exactly what it is. I told the players in the dressing room, you know, we've come a fairly decent distance in recent times. And this is a setback. There'll be a few more along the way. But other teams will encounter those as well too. And I've got to say as well too that you're playing against a real quality side who are the width of a goalpost away from winning the Champions League last season and finished second. And the record with a lot of those players is pretty exceptional. So from that viewpoint, I think that disappointed, yes. Setback, yes. We'll be there again.
I know you haven't encouraged any such talk, but Sir Alex Ferguson said he was keeping an eye on Villa with regards to the title run-in. Do you think that's the end of that?
Well, I think that I'm not so. I think that before we played the game, if the quotations are correct, and I'm not running around chasing them, but I think Alex actually said that the title was between themselves and Liverpool. So, and that was before we played the game today. So I can't see him changing his mind now when we've been beaten. Had we won, he might have done. But so I'll have to disregard the comments if that's the case. Disregard the source of them. Let me put it this way, if that makes any sense.
It does. Thank you, Martin.
Pleasure.